This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. We have assembled the world's finest sports and trivia dorks to prove once and for all that we are just as bad at this as we were at sports.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine. You're listening to episode number 336. That's the uniform number of Joe Montana times the uniform of Roberto Clemente. I'm your host tonight, Lux, and today's game will feature the Benchwarmer team of Scott and Josh Snyder versus the team of Dave and assistant coach for our Patreon team, Sam Cook. Let's start with Sam. Yeah, Sam, it's nice to meet you. I've heard you don't know much about history and don't know much about biology, but you know a lot about sports trivia. So why don't you tell us and the listeners a little something about you, like where you're from, what you do, who your favorite teams are, who your kids' favorite teams are, whatever you want, really.
Yeah, so I'm from Texas, but I live in New Hampshire, and I'm a Houston sports fan for basically all the Houston teams. Used to be a pretty big MLS fan too, back when the Dynamo were good. So I have a little bit of niche knowledge there. I have 3 kids. I run a basketball organization in New Hampshire. They all play basketball. Nice. And they all love the Celtics. Well, not all of them, actually. That's a lie. My middle kid will be mad at me. He's a big Cavs fan, actually. So like the Cavs and the Celtics.
So,
I thought you said Habs for a second. I was super confused.
No, that would not be good in Boston. No, longstanding Canadians, Bruins rival.
Like a legit Cavs fan, he owns a Max Strus jersey.
Fair. That's pretty cool. Well, welcome. It's really great to have you here, as it always is great to have one of our patrons, and always good to welcome new blood. So welcome to the program. So Dave, why don't you tell us how you're doing this evening and maybe give us a team name?
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to be here. Happy to team up with Sam. Sam, you are my first guest that I get to team up with. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
Honor. No. Don't be, Sam. I am someone that has a lot of things covered, and my worst area is basketball. So you know what? This is going to be a great partnership. And one of the things that Sam had mentioned, given us a little bit of insight to him, is that he cut the NFL out of his life 4 years ago, and I think that is super cool. And I wanted to play off that, so we went with the team name of Roger Good Riddance.
I like it. It makes much more sense now than when I just see it on paper. All right, Scott, Josh, who wants to go first?
Josh has our team name. I cut the NHL out of my life the day I was born, so I get it. I completely understand. I'm going to throw it to Josh. There's not much going on here. Sam, it's great to meet you. It's great to have you on. We always love when we get new people, like David said, new blood. It's been a long time coming.
Nice.
And now I'll throw it to Josh.
Hey, everybody. Let me see. Well, I'll tell you this. When I was hanging out this past week, we're recording here shortly after Thanksgiving, and had the chance to go down to the beach for Thanksgiving. That was kind of what me and my family do. And we went to one of these Christmas villages. They're kind of fun, right? Everybody likes them, great, except when they don't work out at all. Except when the trees are all too tall and you can't see anything to get there. And there's a roller rink that's supposed to be an ice rink, but there's fake snow that's coming down on top of it, so it's super slippery. And my stepdaughter falls, almost, breaks her wrist. It's just, it's a lot of fun. Then they have this place where the kids are throwing snowballs, but they're not snowballs. They're just pom-poms. So at the end of this, like, all the kids don't really have a good time. We're going back on the shuttle toward the car, and we're just kind of venting about this. And my niece decides to talk about it, and she says, I really didn't like that place. I think that place was Stupidville. So from now on, I just think about these places, when they don't work out, it's Stupidville. And I was thinking about that as a team name, but decided instead maybe Stupidville is actually a little bit closer to where Scott lives.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Your niece is Elmo?
Yeah, exactly. It does sound like that. Stupidville.
Elmo say Stupidville.
It was a little higher, a little more like Stupidville, like that. I don't know.
Okay.
A little bit more like Abby Cadabby, the fairy, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Stupidville might be a little bit closer where Scott lives right now, because we're not really sure what's going on with the not the Lakers, but the other team in town, the Clippers. They seem to not know what's they had a player that they decided to honor during his last year, bring him home for one last year before his retirement, and then what do? they kick him out the door while they're on a road trip, right? So our team name tonight is going to be Master Lou, CP3 out.
I love it. All right. Didn't get that one until you told the whole story behind it. I was also trying to figure out what Stupidville had to do with all of that, but now
absolutely
now it's
nothing,
clear.
which is what.
All right. So we have Roger Good Riddance against Master Lou, CP3 out. I'm going to have to figure out a good abbreviation for that. Okay. I'm sure Sam's ready to get going. So let's just get Dan Lundberg in here for the rule read.
The game will consist of 4 quarters of play, each with different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I will explain them as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we will have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from their points accumulated to see who are today's clipboard captains, to be honored like the true benchwarmers they are. All right, let's get this game underway.
Thank you, Dan. Today's first quarter is going to be sporting haikus.
Sporting haikus. For this quarter, there will be 4 questions in haiku form. Each question is worth 25 points.
Question number 1 for sporting haikus. Traded from Red Sox, Astros all-time home runs lead, 200 plus steals.
Oh, yeah, we'll check in.
All right. Well, Roger Good Riddance has checked in. Master Lou, talk it out.
Josh, this has to be Jeff Bagwell.
Gotta be.
Notable trade from Boston. Yeah, I can't imagine anyone else. So we're going to check in with Jeff Bagwell.
All right. Roger Good Riddance, what'd you guys have?
We also had Jeff Bagwell.
So both teams are receiving points. Yeah, Jeff Bagwell was one of my favorites. And, you know, as a Red Sox fan, it was painful. One of the most lopsided trades in baseball history. Jeff Bagwell, the only first baseman in history with 400 home runs and 200 steals. And despite all of that, well, obviously before all of that, he was traded by the Red Sox to get reliever Larry Anderson, who pitched for the Sox for about a month, and then he left as a free agent. So, yeah, it was not good. Anyway, all right. Question number 2, before I get sad early on. Rockets champ head coach and D hero shares first name. Kermit wrecked his face.
All right, so we got a Kermit question, but not Elmo.
I've been sharing the hell out of the Sesame Street stuff today because they just did a sketch with the Knives Out character that they just debuted, which was Benoit Blanc on the with the Daniel Craig. Yeah, it's Beignet Blanc, and he's investigating a food crime. It is awesome, by the way.
Oh.
It's so good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go check this out.
That
I
is
love
cool.
I love me a good Sesame Street skit.
We're going to check in.
Master Lou has checked in. Roger Good Riddance, your turn to talk it out.
Big Rockets fan. This is pretty sure Rudy Tomjanovich. Kermit Washington punched him in the 70s, ended his career, came back, coached the Rockets to championships, and then maybe less famously coached after Phil Jackson for the Lakers and didn't do so hot.
I'm not gonna lie, I do secretly love the idea of Kermit the Frog just backhanding Rudy Tomjanovich. It's really funny to me. Take that.
Kermit wasn't the violent one, though. It was Miss Piggy who used to take it out on Kermit. It was the other way around.
I learned
hear
a
you.
thing or two from that ham.
He has to learn it from somewhere, right?
All right, so far we're up to Elmo and Kermit imitations, and we're only on question 2. Okay, so Rudy Tomjanovich and Master Lou, what did you guys have?
Yeah, same thing. Rudy. At first, I just messaged Scott Rudy, and I thought he was going to think it was Rudy from the Cosby Family. But no, so I had to put Tomjanovich in there. Yeah. Which Kermit and Rudy getting in a fight would also be amazing. But Rudy would kick the crap out of Kermit.
Oh, Rudy from the Cosby Show?
Yeah, let's be real.
For sure. Oh, no question. Yeah, I wasn't sure if anybody would even bother cluing into the middle clue there, the Notre Dame hero who shares the first name, but or if they would, you just sort of skip right past that. Nobody really needed it.
Sorry.
Yes.
Place in my head
And here's a fact you might not know. Rudy Tomjanovich, I didn't realize this. He is still the all-time rebounding leader for the University of Michigan.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I mean, maybe if Chris Webber had stuck around. But anyway, all right. Well done, everybody. Question number 3. Phi Slamma Jamma played for Houston and Dream Team, now Big 3 commish.
Checked in.
Master Lou has checked in almost instantaneously. Roger Good Riddance, your turn to talk it out.
Can't get me with a big three question.
Yeah, that's Scott's wheelhouse right there, Sam, is anything big three related. Any thoughts on this one?
Feels like Drexler, but I don't know if Drexler has anything to do with the big three. So
I think he actually is.
Really,
Yeah. I think he's been there for a fair amount of time. Yeah, I'm definitely okay with checking in with Clyde Drexler.
There's only two players who played for Houston, Faisalamaja, and the Dream Team, and that's Olajuwon and Drexler. And Drexler wasn't the original Dream Team, and Olajuwon wasn't. So,
all right, well, let's check it in then. Clyde Drexler.
All right, and Master Lou, what do you guys have? Scott?
I don't really see Hakeem as the commissioner of the big three. I can't picture it. Yeah, Clyde's been their commissioner since the beginning. He's been there since day one and doesn't do anything because it's the big three. It's just a figurehead role, except his Nepo baby son, Adam Drexler, gets to play in the league, and he is by far like the worst player.
And what team is Adam Drexler on?
Right now, he switched. He's on the Houston Rig Hands, which is one of the big three teams.
Adam Drexler definitely sounds like a failed NASCAR Sprint Cup driver.
And you know what? He looks like one too, and he plays basketball like one. But yes, we also checked in with Clyde Drexler.
Both teams are receiving points. Yeah, and it pains me as a Trailblazers fan to write a question about Clyde Drexler, not even mention that. So I will just say, go Blazers. They who haven't been that good since Clyde Drexler was there. So anyway, all right. Question number 4, maybe the hardest of the round. Besides Wilt's mustache, only to score 30 points in 30 straight games.
All right, I think we're gonna check in.
Fast check in by Roger Goodriddance. Master Lou, I'll let you guys talk this out.
Yeah, I think just based on the loose theme of this round, this is going to be a Houston basketball player, I would have to imagine.
Okay. And T-Mac went off in Houston and had like that crazy.
That was my initial thought, just because he had a season where he averaged like 29 or 30 a game. He won the scoring title. And that just seems like a more modern thing. Like you mentioned, it could be Samson. I mean, they've had so many great scorers, right? It could be
but for them to have 30 points in 30 games in a row, you're right. Like, even a big man like that, I feel like they
they get in foul trouble.
Yeah, and just the usage rate on T-Mac, I think in those times, it was right up. I'd be hard pressed to say anything against that, Scott. I'm going to go with you on that. Though I have no idea what the mustache is, and I'm really interested to figure it out, especially if we're wrong. So
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, if we're wrong, it's because the mustache must have clued in.
I was saying, like, did he play like a mustache of Wilt's who like flew off his face in some commercial or something crazy like that? That's all I got.
That seems like something Damon Wayans would do, maybe. Like, I don't.
I'm thinking of like the little Penny Hardaway like commercial.
Yes, yeah, that which was Chris Rock. So yeah, it's in that same avenue. So one of my all-time favorite players and probably my favorite player to watch when he was on the Rockets. We're gonna check in with Tracy McGrady.
Okay, and Roger Goodriddance, what do you guys have?
That mustache line is actually the key to everything, and I think we nailed it. Sam threw out the answer, so Sam, I want you to give it because it was really dang good.
Yeah, so a few years ago, there was a player for Houston that scored about 35 a game, 36 a game, and had a big streak, and he's known for his beard. So we checked in with James Harden.
Oh.
One team is receiving points. Yes, there's a reference to Wilt Chamberlain's mustache, of course, but Wilt's mustache streak can only be topped by James, or at least nearly matched by James Harden's beard streak. Of course, I say nearly matched, and that's a complete misnomer because the longest such streaks in NBA history of 30 plus in consecutive games go. Wilt had the longest streak, Harden had the second longest streak, and then Wilt had streak number 3 and number 4. Not a huge surprise. Also, just for those paying attention at home, and by the time this airs, we're getting closer and closer to it, or could be getting closer and closer to it. The longest 20-plus game hitting streak, listen to me, game scoring streak is also Wilt Chamberlain with 126. But currently in second and climbing is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who has 94 games of 20-plus points, which is pretty impressive. I don't know where I knew he'd been scoring a lot, but that's a pretty nice streak. That's more than a season long, obviously. So
you know what I really didn't appreciate, David,
What's
was
that?
you saying how nice of a Harden's beard streak was, which is just makes it sound like he's got skid marks up top.
Oh, there's our episode title. Skid marks up top. Write that down. Josh, I don't feel bad about getting that wrong because one, I don't ever think about James Harden. And two, with our team name, I don't know how we could actually put a Clipper as our answer.
That's
So,
fair.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's a good point. All right. Well, after the first quarter, we have scores of Roger Good Riddance out to a small lead with 100 points. Master Lou, CP3 out with 75 points.
We wanted to let you know that we are on Patreon if you'd be interested in supporting us financially. Your contributions will be used to help us cover the costs that it takes to bring you the high-quality sports trivia you have come to expect from us. There's also some great perks that come with the Patreon membership to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, including bonus episodes and Benchwarmers swag. You can find us at patreon.com/benchwarmerstp. Thanks.
Now will take us to our second quarter, which tonight will be the missing link.
The Missing Link. This quarter will consist of 5 questions with theme-linked answers. The teams will attempt to answer the questions and guess the theme. Each question is worth 20 points. If a team checks in first via chat to the host with the correct theme before the 5th question, they will earn 100 points. The other team can still earn 50 points with the correct theme guess. If neither team has checked in with the correct theme before the 5th question, each team can earn 50 points with the correct answer to the theme after the 5th question.
Question number 1. Do you remember? One of this actress's most famous role was that of Michael Oher's foster sister in Marcus's favorite biopic. Take a look at her now. She's gone on to play Emily in Paris.
We can definitely check that in.
All right, well, Master Lewis checked in. Roger Good Riddance, your turn to talk this out.
Oh God, but why? I hate this movie so much. I mean, oh God, look, I realize Marcus has the claim here. He stakes the claim on being like, I straight up hate this movie, but I have hated this movie since the moment I saw it because it is the most hokey piece of garbage ever. Sorry about that, Sam. I suppose we should be talking about this.
I have nothing. I just know the Aaron Brockovich lady is in the movie, but that's not the sister.
Yeah, it's not her. It's not oh God, Julia Roberts. No, and actually, I think you're thinking of Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll appreciate me referring to her as the Aaron Brockovich.
The Aaron Brockovich lady. I think this is Lily Collins. If I had to,
I don't know who that
remember
is. So that sounds right to me.
So we'll check in with that. We'll check in with Lily Collins.
Okay. And Master Lou, what did you guys have?
We both had this pretty much right away. Apparently, Josh's wife was just messaging him about
When Emily in Paris season 5 comes out December 15th, 18 exclamation points.
Yeah, they just released the photos. I saw them and then scrolled right past it. Yeah, this is Phil's daughter, Lily Collins.
That is correct. I tried to put in a couple of clues in case people had no idea. The Do You Remember and the Take a Look at Her Now were both Phil Collins' famous song references. So anyway,
another plug for Netflix. That December 15th date is when the next Knives Out movie comes out. Wake Up, Dead Man, which it better be good. That's all I have to say. It's better be good.
By the time this airs, people have already watched it. Yeah.
Did you like Glass Onion?
I did like Glass Onion.
All right. Well, question number 2. Before rushing for more than 12,000 yards in the NFL, he became the first freshman to lead the country in both rushing yards and scoring in 1991.
David, we'll check in.
Master Lou has checked in. Roger Good Riddance, your turn to talk this out.
I think this is Marshall Faulk. I mean, he was that true freshman out of San Diego State, and he was damn good. And I know you were questioning how many yards does he have for his career. I thought he passed that 12,000 mark, but
yeah, I was just questioning it via rushing because he always had 1,500 to 2,000 all-purpose yards. and was a big receiving back. So I just wanted the 12,000 is a big number. But you're right. I remember him being like a freshman phenom at San Diego State. The name I had thrown out was Jerome Bettis, but I don't have a memory of him being like a great freshman at Notre Dame necessarily. But I know he passed the number, so that was why. So I had the number and the time in terms of when he would come in the league.
So I want to say Bettis has like another 1,500 more yards than Falk. So I mean, and again, just based off of the phrasing, you say more than 12,000. I mean, yeah, I guess if he has,
I guess you're right. Yeah, I think they would have said a higher number for Bettis. That's a good point. So who's between 12,000 and 13,000? Falk's more likely to be that than Bettis. Bettis is closer to 15,000.
And basically what you said, just from overall length of career and injury and all that too. So that makes a lot of sense why it would be on the lower
I'm
level.
good with Marshall Falk because he's more tied to being a good freshman in college.
All right, well let's do it. Let's check in with Marshall Falk.
Okay. And Master Lou, what did you guys have?
Yeah, we had a couple names. You're trying to think time frame wise. This guy's going to come out in the mid 90s. So that and thinking about the list of guys with over 12,000 yards, we narrowed it down to a couple. It's like maybe Curtis Martin kind of sits somewhere in there potentially, but we ultimately landed on Marshall Falk just because he was just so dominant in college. It just felt like a record that he would have. So we also checked in Marshall Falk.
Both teams are receiving points. Yeah, and since you mentioned Jerome Bettis, I don't think he was that much higher than that. I think he was probably between 13 and 14,000. I'll look it up. But I think Sam sort of hit the nail right on the head. I don't remember him at the beginning part of his college career, but it's got to be crazy hard to break through as a freshman at Notre Dame as a running back. I would think. Whereas like at San Diego State, it's like, Scott could have played there. So anyway.
I'm good. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a running back, so yeah.
Right, of course. All right, well, our themed linked answers thus far are Lily Collins and Marshall Falk. Question number 3. This class of 1999 Hall of Famer was the last major leaguer to homer at 18 years old. He's also his franchise leader in hits, doubles, triples, and runs.
We go ahead and check in.
Roger Goodriddance has checked in. Master Lou, yours to talk out.
Okay, so 1999 Hall of Fame means retired at the earliest around 94. Is it? I forget it.
Yeah, he would have retired around the time Marshall Falk was getting drafted.
Right. Okay. So mostly played in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and home.
Yeah.
What was the deal?
Franchise leader in all of those. I mean, this has to be a guy for sure. Like that's.
Yeah, women hadn't broken into the major leagues at that point. Okay. Franchise leader in hits, doubles, and triples and runs.
Yeah, and this guy was up at 18, so you think he had to be up in the 70s, right, to come up at 18.
This is not Mike Schmidt.
No, because he retired before 94.
He retired like 90 or 91 or something like that.
His franchise leader, to me, that makes it also seem like he only played for one franchise.
Or played for that franchise for a long time.
I was thinking about like a Paul Molitor, like someone like that. Oh, actually, how about Paul Molitor's teammate, Robin Yount? That works. He retired. I think he retired, right? Because he went somewhere, right? Like towards the end, I think. Like Molitor went.
I'm not sure, but it doesn't really matter where he went to at the end. It matters that he played for a franchise for a long time.
Yeah, and he was obviously he was great, and the fact that home runs isn't in there,
right? Because Yount's not right, Braun and whatever. So I'm good with that, Robin Yount.
All right, let's go. We'll go Robin Yount. Check that in, David.
Okay, perfect. And Roger Goodriddance, what do you guys have?
Yeah, we also had Robin Yount. That 99 Hall of Fame class is him and George Brett and Nolan Ryan. So it could be George Brett, maybe. But Robin Yount, I think I remember that homer to 18 fact just somewhere in my mind. So that's what we went with.
This is now 2 episodes in a row where this is something that I should have gotten instantaneously. I felt like a complete dummy and spaced out. Thank God I had Sam on my back and wasn't quite as bad as the last one with Bomback where I said it doesn't matter, just listen to the last episode.
So after these, what happens? Is your brother like beat you with a sack of Brewers baseballs?
Well, so I have to say, after all those Houston questions that I made myself write for Sam, Spoiler alert: there are no more. Well, maybe one. I'm not sure. Dave, I wrote a Milwaukee question for you. So yes, you should beat yourself up. But it's absolutely Robin Yount. You both, everyone's getting points. Robin Yount was one of my favorite players as a kid. I loved watching him play. He never played for anybody but the Brewers back in the day when people never changed teams. He played for almost 20 years. He came up. He was the 3rd overall pick in the 1973 at Major League Baseball draft. And this is kind of a screwy fact just in itself, because in the Major League draft it's so hit and miss. But he was the 3rd overall pick. The 4th overall pick was another Hall of Famer who had 3,000 hits, Dave Winfield, in that same draft. So I can't even remember who 1 and 2 are, but obviously 3 and 4 were the runaways. Okay, our themed linked answers thus far: Lily Collins, Marshall Faulk, Robin Yount. Question number 4. First we had one for Dave, now we have one for Scott. Question number 4. In the 1989 Royal Rumble, he purchased the number 30 spot, but ultimately finished in 2nd place to Big John Studd.
I think this is also for Dave. I don't know. This is too bad.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Dave. I don't. You want a 1, 2, 3 at Dave? 3, 2, 1.
We could do it.
Really?
All right. So,
all right, I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1.
$1 Million Man.
Ted DiBiase. He said the name and I said the name. See, $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, no,
that was a team up of epic proportions.
I'll take both. Both teams are correct. It is the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Very nicely done. Yes.
Well, I mean, like literally, you purchased the number.
I
whatever.
know.
Yeah.
Like at that point, it's like, who else could it be?
Look,
IRS.
if you're a what's the word I'm looking for? A casual wrestling fan, like something that was back to 1989. I mean, probably everybody knows if you're a wrestling fan, but I mean, Josh, you've admitted that you don't really know wrestling. Would you have known the Ted DiBiase question? All right. Oh, yes, you would.
Actually, no.
Okay. So there you go. All right.
Speaking of nepo,
It was it's in the group of names that I've started to learn that I might have pulled, but probably not.
Okay. Well,
Dave, Ted DiBiase, the Adam Drexler of WWE wrestlers, Ted DiBiase Jr.
Oh, I was about to say, you don't you be saying that about
no, Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can remember seeing you when he, before the whole $1 Million Man gimmick. So, all right. Well, our themed linked answers thus far: Lily Collins, Marshall Faulk, Robin Yount, and Ted DiBiase. Question number 5. Willamette University in Oregon has had the team name Bearcats since the late 19th century. Their first official mascot had this name from the late 1940s to the early 90s when they changed it to Blitz. No doubt they wanted to change to avoid confusion with another annoying children's character that debuted on PBS in 1992.
Checked in.
All right, fast check-in by Master Lou. Roger, good riddance. This is all yours.
Well, look, I hear annoying children's character that debuted on PBS, and I think of Caillou instantly, which, I mean, I even know that 92 isn't that.
I think Barney is probably more likely for 92.
Oh, that is, yeah, wow. But is Barney really that annoying? I mean, David, this first of all, you had great names like Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato on Barney. Like, what the hell? Just saying, you're hating too much, though.
David doesn't like to eat apples and bananas, apparently.
No, that was Rafi, by the way.
Agreed.
Okay. Sorry. Go back. All right. Yes.
Yeah, Sam, I'm down with that. I'm down to check in.
So what was your answer checking in?
For the
Barney.
Okay.
Caillou.
Got it. All right.
First,
Caillou, I'm sure, goes with every theme. All right. Master Lou, what did you guys have?
well, I love that Barney is like the dinosaur of cultural appropriation who takes over, Rafi's songs and everything else. Totally. What Barney did. But I agree. There were definitely some good standouts in that club. But anyway, that takes us back to, of course, we know Willamette University and what their mascot used to be, right? We used to go there, right, Scott? And it was Barney before it was Blitz.
Yep. Since the late 19th century, David has been talking about Willamette University.
Willamette.
I know what the other rant was. It was about Caillou.
David was at the ribbon cutting of that, that university.
Wait, you got to go to rant about Caillou?
Why are Caillou's clothes like 3 times too big, and why is he bald when he's like 8 years old?
Also, Josh, maybe he's just growing up in the 90s, and that's why his clothes are too big. And that's the style.
2006.
No, I know, but do we know what we don't know what era the show is in, right?
Fair enough.
It's in
I used to be growing up
Canada.
in the
I give
90s.
them, you know.
It's in Canada. That is true. I think he
Oh,
is
that's
French
cool.
Canadian.
Well, you know what? Then Canada's usually about a decade late on everything, so it makes sense in the mid 2000s they'd be dressing like the 90s.
Okay, well, our answer is in fact Barney. Good job to both teams. And yeah, I put in my own commentary. I always found Barney annoying. I was way too old at the time. I know some of you were probably in that age, so
No.
you have a soft spot in your heart for Barney. But anyway, our theme linked answers in total are now Lily Collins, Marshall Falk, Robin Yount, Ted DiBiase, and Barney. Thankfully, both teams did eventually come around to a correct answer, but one team amazingly got it after 2 questions. So I'm going to let them break it down for how they got to 2 and then waltzed their way through sort of coasted their way through the rest of the round. So, Master Lou, lay it on us. How'd you get it? What is it?
As soon as I typed Marshall Falk to Josh for the second question, in my head, I went Lily and Marshall. There's only one thing this could be, right? Because they're the end game. What do these kids call it? The OTP on their TV show. So I had it from that. The theme is How I Met Your Mother characters.
Well done. Both teams did eventually get it. I was glad that the Roger Good Riddance team did eventually come around.
Top 5 show for all time bits. One of the most like on it people when you like, oh, I have a general question.
Yeah, right.
Like
Yes. Yeah.
on it. And top like 3 all time for worst series finale of all time.
Yeah.
Like it's so bad.
Correct. It's a great show. And then the last season is like a lot of shows, like a lot of great shows
That jump the shark.
Scrubs.
follows that pattern, right? Like
Seinfeld last episode. Okay, well, we have come to the end of our second quarter, and we still have a very close game. Master Lou, thanks to the missing link, has jumped out to the lead with 275 points, and Roger Good Riddance has 250 points. That will bring us to halftime.
It is now time for the halftime show. There will be 3 entertainment questions pertaining to sports, with each question worth 25 points.
All right. Sorry, not sorry, Scott. It's the return of dad jokes meets the bench warmers. Scott once said, I hate this, but I'm oddly good at it.
I don't think I've ever gotten one wrong. Yeah, I don't-
You won't this time either. All right. Each answer is going to be a popular idiom or proverb. For example, if I said, make sure your quarterbacks Norm Van Brocklin, Dan Fouts, Marcus Mariota, and Bo Nix are properly lined up, your answer would simply be, make sure the ducks are in a row. Or make sure your ducks are in a row. Or it could be like this. I'll trade you the Memphis basketball coach for your opinions. Your answer would be, a penny for your thoughts. Got it? Super easy. Question 1.
So easy.
So easy. Question 1. Why would you ever have a parade where your transportation around the golf course comes before Man o' War or Seabiscuit?
Check in.
As if on a mission. Roger Good Riddance has checked in. Master Lou, time to talk it out if you need to.
How are you able to just hear this so fast? To parade your transportation around the golf course.
Wait,
You
you're
checked in.
You
Why
know,
are
you checked in.
talking
Dave,
Hey,
in a
he's just
new
trying to
moment,
understand the question, okay?
Dave is breaking off from his teammate, wants to answer on his own.
Oh, wait, you said that, Sam?
Yeah,
I'm
Sam
sorry.
checked
like,
in.
Holy hell, you guys are
Well,
so fast.
it's apt that you did this because what you're doing, Dave, is you're putting the cart before the horse, and
You
that's
are.
what we'll check in with.
All right. And Sam, formerly known as Dave's partner, Dave's tag team partner, but now has abandoned him.
No, we also have don't put the cart before the horse.
Man,
That
these,
is correct.
These down east ciders are hitting hard today.
Triple.
All right, question number 2. Feeling so bonded to the country that has won the most Olympic medals in men's water polo that I could consume secretariat or citation.
We can check in, David.
All right, Master Lou has checked in. Roger Good Riddance, you guys get to talk this one out.
Oh, what?
I mean, France is really good at water polo.
Well, I got it, Josh. I just don't like it, so you're gonna have to say it.
That I could consume secretariat or citation. I
I'm
see
so
the water.
hungry I can eat a horse. I'm so hungry. I can eat.
Oh,
So hungry is also
God.
very good at water polo. So
man,
maybe we'll check in with I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
I'm just gonna lay back.
Oh my God, I've hit a new high. I've pissed off Dave. All right. Okay, Roger Good Riddance. Oh, sorry. Roger Good Riddance just checked in. Master Lou, what did you guys have?
Having a chair malfunction here. I'm not sure what's going on. We decided not to opt for our first instinct, which was so Chad I could eat a mule, and instead went with so hungry I could eat a horse.
Very well done. Okay. Here, so put your cart before the horse. So hungry I could eat a horse. Question number 3. Okay, calm down. It's not like the 10-yard penalty on the offensive tackle was because he was grabbing Miles, the Denver mascot, or Blue, the Indianapolis mascot.
Check in.
All right.
I'm putting this on mute.
Oh,
All right. Roger
Sam
Goodrich
came ready.
Roger Goodrich has checked in. I think Sam just likes the dad jokes. Master Lou, I'll let you guys talk this one out.
Yeah, it's got to be Hold Your Horses.
And why did you write these for the Rowan Ward episode, David?
I wrote them inspired by the Rowan episode.
Okay.
So, yes.
Yes, I agree with that. So we can check in with Hold Your Horses.
All right. And Roger Goodriddance, what'd you have?
Before you give this, Sam, I literally sent to him split second before you read the question, what's the likelihood of another horse? And lo and behold, go ahead.
This is actually one of my dad's favorite sayings. He said it all the time, and it is hold your horses.
Both teams are receiving points. Well done. Well done. Yes, three annoying horse idioms. It's all true. Put your cart before the horse. So hungry I could eat a horse, and hold your horses. Josh, I'm disappointed that you're disappointed. So
I wasn't disappointed. I mean, I just thought there might be a variety of different animals.
Damn.
A variety of animals.
Josh just wants
a menagerie.
yeah, if you will. That's
Goddamn
right.
zoo.
Well, after halftime, we still have a close game. Master Lou has a small lead with 350 points, and Roger Goodriddance has 325 points. But lucky for them, today's third quarter is gonna be Luxy Sevens.
Lucky 7. For this quarter, there will be 3 lists containing 7 items. The team that is trailing coming into the quarter will choose the first list and attempt to identify the items on this list one at a time. If the team has an incorrect guess, the other team can attempt to finish that list out. The team leading at the beginning of the quarter will select the second list, and whichever team is trailing after the first 2 lists will get the third list. Each item is worth 10 points.
Fun. Here we go. 3 questions, of course. Question number 1. The last 7 NFL MVPs that have, as of yet, have never won a Super Bowl. Question number 2. The last 7 Major League Baseball MVPs in either league that have never won a World Series. And question number 3. The last 7 NBA MVPs that have never won a championship.
Ooh, this
Right?
is a good one, David.
I like this.
Thank you. All right. I'll let you guys think for a minute, but we're on Roger Goodriddance first for which category they want.
Whichever one we don't take, I can all but guarantee they will take the other one.
Gotcha.
I feel pretty confident, but if not, it's a bonus. And you're the guest, Sam.
All right.
So you know what? We cater to our guests.
All right, let's do the NBA then.
NBA MVPs.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead. We will check in those 7.
Yeah,
All right.
let's check it in.
Perfect. Okay. Roger Goodriddance, let me hear your 7 in whatever order you want to give them to me. The last 7 NBA MVPs that as of yet have never won a championship.
I want to start off with the first one because this is a personal guy that I hate. So it brings me a lot of satisfaction knowing that he doesn't have crap, and that would be Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid is number 1 on the list. Okay.
I'm going to go with somebody that could have been my favorite Rocket of all time if he had stuck all the way through, and that is James Harden.
James Harden is number 2 on the list.
All
I'm
right.
also going to go with another great Rocket for 1 year, Russell Westbrook.
Great Rocket. Okay, I'll give you that, but it's number 3.
The next one is a guy that I don't know. I really enjoyed him. He brought the city a lot of love too. That would be Derrick Rose.
And Derrick Rose is number 4 on the list.
And we're going to go with a back-to-back MVP, Steve Nash.
That'd be number 5 on the list.
Oh, then we're feeling pretty good right here. Let's get the answer right now with Allen Iverson.
And he is the answer. That's number 6. One more to
We're
go.
gonna- We're going to close it out with him who shall not be named. We're just going to say that he went to Louisiana Tech and was John Stockton's teammate.
Oh, is that all I'm getting?
Karl Malone.
Okay. Karl Malone is correct. Wait, what's the offense that Karl Malone committed in your eyes?
Oh, good
Oh,
God. Where do we
okay.
start?
Everyone's
I think there are kids
know it was a
listening,
professional
Lux.
sports connection or if it
My
was-
children will be listening to this. I'm not going to be saying that.
Okay, fair enough.
Also someone that brings me great satisfaction knowing that he didn't win. Let me to take from Marcus. He didn't win.
This is true, but you guys did, and you just won 70 points. So well done. Now we get to go to Master Lou, C3P out. No, not C3P at all. CP3 out. I knew that was going to happen at least once. All right, which list would you like of the last 7 NFL MVPs that have never won a Super Bowl or the last 7 MLB MVPs that have never won a World Series?
We decided to take baseball away from Dave. So we're going to go with the MLB.
Okay, take your time to come up with your list.
David, we will check in.
All right, Master Lou has checked in our list of the last 7 MLB MVPs have never won a World Series. And before we start, for the listenership, I'll just share what I shared with the players here, that Ronald Acuna won the World Series ring in 2021, even though he didn't play. So we've just, in fairness, completely scratched him off the list because he has won a World Series ring, even though he has not played in a World Series. So here we go. Let's hear your list in confidence order, hopefully.
You know, I love Lucky 7, but after that LeBron thing, I always get so nervous at this part. But we're going to check in with the American League MVP, Aaron Judge.
That is correct. And he is number 1 on the list because he won this year. So
the well-deserved
okay.
American League
Here
MVP.
we go. I like
The numbers
variety.
don't lie, my man. The numbers don't lie.
I hear you.
wait.
You like variety? You come from an era where like the same guys won all the time.
No, that's not true,
we
actually.
didn't.
We'll
Okay,
keep going
sorry.
on.
Right, no.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Sorry,
go on.
that just took me on some kind of a tangent that I didn't need to go on. Okay.
Uh,
sorry.
Next,
Yep.
we're going to check in with, I believe it was 2022 NL MVP, Paul Goldschmidt.
Very good pull, and he is number 2 on the list. Well done.
And now we have a bunch of guys that all won MVP around the same time. Next up, we're going to say Mike Trout.
Mike Trout, who last won in 2019, has certainly not won a World Series.
We're going to say Christian Yelich.
Christian Yelich, 2018.
We're going to go with Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper, who just has bad timing, left the Nationals, won the MVP, left and won with the Phillies, but somewhere in there the Nationals won and he missed it. So yes.
Yep. Next up, we're going to go Giancarlo Stanton.
Giancarlo Stanton, he is number 7 on the list.
That's not good for
Sorry,
this, but we have our 7th guy. You must have missed someone, I think, before Stanton. But the name that Josh came up with, which was a great pull, even though he ring chased, I don't think he ended up winning one, but we were worried because he played for the Braves at some point, but I don't think it was a World Series team. But we checked in. Our 7th answer is Josh Donaldson.
Josh Donaldson is not correct, but I'm going to verify because he won the MVP in 2015
He did.
and did not win the World Series. But as to your earlier comment, you leaked one. So there's one more since Josh Donaldson. So you got 6, a very good showing. I will tell you now after the fact that I think this one was the hardest of the 3. So let's hear from Roger Goodriddance and see if they can sweep the last one.
I forgot this person as well because he was so damn good for my White Sox and then proceeded to suck horribly in Houston. That would be Jose Abreu.
Jose Abreu, number 4 on my list in 2020, and that is
doesn't
correct.
count for me.
So,
That's why.
Yeah, well, that one's a tough one for sure. But
I lost him in the swamps of sadness. Abreu.
No, Josh, I did the same thing. I thought you had it with that Josh Donaldson one, and I totally spaced, and then I had to run through it in my head. It's like, oh, I need to get out of need to get out of the names and go to the crap a little bit more.
I think that's a very fair assessment, and but the two teams have combined to run the list. So well done. So go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
I was about to say before that would be McCutcheon, right?
There's a lot, right? McCutcheon, Votto.
Well, I think number 8 on the list would probably be Donaldson. I'd got
Donaldson, McCutcheon, Votto, right?
Ryan Braun would be in there
Braun,
too.
Mauer, Morneau.
It's way trickier because obviously you get. Although the reason I think this one's so hard is that you have a lot more guys who just come up, win an MVP, and never do anything. But the other reason,
and
of
you
course,
have
is
two
that
MVPs.
you have two
a year.
MVPs every year, so it's a lot more to remember. So for sure, well done though that the teams have run it, and amazingly, we have Master Lou at this point. Master Lou is at 410 points, and Roger Good Riddance is at 405 points. Ooh. So Roger Good Riddance actually gets the NFL MVP list, which I imagine they've already been working on.
Let's do it.
Well,
check in.
Well, Roger Good Riddance has checked in. So let's hear your list of the last 7 NFL MVPs that didn't or have yet to win a Super Bowl.
Take that most recent one and wear it like a badge of honor, Sam.
Come on, Sam.
Josh Allen.
Yeah. Josh Allen is correct and is number 1 on our list. Very well done. For a guy that swore off football. That's Sam, not Josh Allen, of course. All right.
I honestly had no idea that he won the MVP. I think he might have. Is this answer correct?
And then let's take Josh's guy, and we'll get him out of the way too, and go with Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson is correct. That's number 2 on the list.
He's my guy all of a sudden? Okay. Anyway.
Well, I mean, you're local.
Guy, right?
You're local.
Yeah,
so.
local guy.
And then we'll go with Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan is number 3 on the list. Well done.
And then we'll go with the man with the most visors, and that's only because of his hair and how he has to wear his hats. That'd be Cam Newton.
Cam Newton is correct.
And then I affectionately refer to this person in the chat as the shame of Houston, which is Adrian Peterson.
He's the shame of a lot of places, but yes, I don't think you get to claim him. So okay.
Well, he's from Houston, so we get to.
That is true. That is true. I'm just saying, everywhere he goes, he brings shame. So yes, Adrian Peterson is number 5 on the list.
And then since we're off of Adrian Peterson, we'd like to switch it up and go with LaDainian Tomlinson.
Wow, the transitions are so beautiful. Yes, that is actually number 6 on the list.
And our final one is going to be almost won a Super Bowl once, but didn't quite. Sean Alexander.
You can feel the team.
That is correct. You have run the list.
Now that's my guy.
And I think McNair is the one that's before that.
Could be. I'm trying to think if there was anybody else.
Co-MVPs in 03 was McNair. So
Roger Good Riddance has done something that is rarely done, which is that they've scored more than 140 points. They have 150 points in that round, and Master Lou had 60 points. Well done to everybody, though, because every answer was guessed. And at the end of the third quarter, we have Roger Good Riddance now out to a lead with 475 points, and Master Lou with 410 points. That will bring us to the fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 4 categorized questions that teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total.
Here we go, our fourth quarter today. Question 1. The answer is not Tom Brady in the NFL. Question number 2. The answer is not Shaq in the NBA. Question number 3. The answer is not the Bears in the NFL. And question 4, the answer is not Georgia in college football. It's time for the teams to place their wagers.
We'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at BenchwarmersTP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the pod called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and share cool sports facts and trivia. If you'd be willing to rate and review us on iTunes or Stitcher, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks.
Now that the wagers are in, on to the questions. Question 1, the answer is not Tom Brady. In 1983, What Hall of Fame quarterback checked into the hospital for a surgery, but used the alias Tom Brady as his name to keep the surgery on the down low?
We're gonna go ahead and check in.
All right. Well, Roger Good Riddance has checked in. Master Lou, give you a little bit of time to talk this out.
All right, well, let's go through all 32 teams and think about all the Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
What are you, Mason now?
These aren't tight ends though, so we're good.
That's all right.
Yeah, you said Joe Namath, and I don't know why, but I just really like that answer.
I could just think of who's going to be like, thinks he's famous enough or is famous enough to avoid the limelight in 1983. I think he was retired at that point, but
And you said that he went in for a vasectomy.
or something like that, right? So he could.
Well, that's the thing. There's really kind of two reasons that you would use an alias, right? One is you're kind of embarrassed or doing something that you don't want out, or two, you're actively playing and you don't want the media to know that you've had a surgery.
Right, but who is?
Right? But in 1983, that's not.
Yeah, who's
thing,
super
right?
famous in 1983 that everybody's following? That's a future Hall of Fame quarterback.
That's
Dan
like
Fouts, you know,
right? That's playing because, like I said, Terry Bradshaw. Obviously, he's not playing either, but maybe he's famous enough to.
I mean, this
also
could be.
like
We could be real.
but
It could be Dan Fouts, and then I'll look like an idiot. But I am an idiot, so I'm okay
don't
with it.
think
Let's
it's
go with
Dan.
Joe Namath.
Yeah, I think we'll do Joe Namath for 100 points.
All right. And Roger Good Riddance?
Once we were talking about it a little bit more, I think this is someone that was pretty famous and a little bit kooky as well. And if I remember correctly, I think he checked in as Thomas Brady, and we actually did go with Terry Bradshaw. 100 points, by the way.
So one team is receiving points. The winning quarterback in 4 Super Bowls, probably in the 6 years prior, checked in for elbow surgery in 1983, retired in 84. So I think the elbow surgery didn't fix whatever it was.
1984, Jesus.
Yes, and the correct answer is Terry Bradshaw. I mean, it was a little bit of a hint because he obviously, as a lot of famous people do, it wasn't that he was embarrassed about it. It's just that he was really famous. And as they often do, they pick names that are somewhat similar. So Bradshaw, Brady, and if the real Tom Brady, the Tom Brady that we all know was born in 1977, it's just an amazing sort of foreshadowing kind of an event where Terry Bradshaw won 4 Super Bowls only to be surpassed later by Tom Brady.
And just think, he could have checked in as Kyle Brady.
That's true.
Yeah, and then this wouldn't be a question.
That is very true. Well, our answer is Tom Brady. Well, one team got it, the other team didn't. So we don't. Really
Terry Bradshaw. You said Tom Brady again.
Sorry, the correct answer is Terry Bradshaw. Yes.
Well, he's
All
not
right.
wrong. The correct answer is Tom Brady.
That's
That's
true.
his alias.
That's right. All right, question number 2. The answer is not Shaq. In January 2016, what NBA player set the record for most missed free throws in a game when he went 13 for 36 from the free throw line? He's played in 904 career games for 6 different teams, though only 21 games playing for a Western team.
So we're going to check in.
Okay, Master Lou has checked in. Roger Good Riddance. Let's give you a minute to talk this out.
All right, so we have come up on 2 names. I don't hate that Joakim Noah, but I don't think he played for 6 teams.
Yeah, so he played for Memphis for a short while, and then I think every other team's been in the East, but 6 teams seems like too many, and 36 free throw attempts seems like way too many for him. But he would have missed a lot. And then Drummond, which was your suggestion, I'd like a little better. He played for the Lakers, I think, during the COVID season or the season after COVID.
Yeah, it was during the COVID, and then he went over to the Bulls and was on their team for.
And he's played for the
while.
Pistons, the 76ers, the Nets, I think, and the Cavs. Is that 6?
Cavs,
I think he played for the Nets. I'm confident in the Pistons, 76ers, Cavs, and Lakers. That's 4 teams, only one in the West. And he shoots a lot of free throws. He got fouled a lot. People fouled him on purpose because he can't.
Yeah,
shoot.
I mean, they had like a hack-a-shack term for him. It was like a hack-a-Drummond type deal for a while. I mean, when you play for the Bulls and the Bulls, Sixers, and Pistons, we saw him a lot for Bucks games, and he was always a great team to go and see because those teams were terrible at the time.
Yeah, I like Drummond way more than Joakim Noah. I really appreciated the question ruling out people like Dwight Howard and other people that played in the West a lot. So,
I mean, we have a question to spare, if you would. So if you're wrong, I mean, we could definitely do the Drummond or Noah, whatever you feel most
I
confident
like.
in.
I think you're right about the 6 teams with Noah. Like I can't name 6 teams that he played for,
Yeah,
and
he was on like the Clippers.
I can name 5 that
Knicks,
Drummond played for,
Bulls.
so I can believe 6 for Drummond.
All right, well, let's go with him. Andre Drummond for 100 points.
All right. And Master Lou, what'd you guys have?
Yeah, 2 names popped in my head initially, and then a third name of DeAndre Jordan came up, but way too much time in the West. So it's obviously not going to be him. Hassan Whiteside was a name that popped in my head, especially around that time. And he
But
started to bounce.
he's got a lot of
He
time in the
started
West
to bounce
too, right?
around after Miami, but yeah, he definitely played for a couple Western teams. So, but the first name that popped in my head, because like Dave said, they were doing a hack a Drummond thing that I remember for a few seasons, was Andre Drummond. And then Josh and I kind of went through and got to about 4 or 5 teams. So we felt comfortable that I'm sure there was a 6th one in there. So we also checked in with Andre Drummond for 100 points.
Well done, teams. Both teams are receiving points. Andre Drummond, and there was a small hint in there that would have ruled out some of these guys because I said he has played. He's still active, but
Yeah.
he's played for the Pistons, the Cavs, the 76ers, the Nets, and the Bulls. I think Sam, you rattled them off, or you and Dave did, and of course he did play for the Lakers for only about 21 games. I think he was hurt part of that season. I think it may have been a COVID situation, and I think he was like, I don't know, what do they always call that? Coach's decision
I think
or
he
something.
came in halfway through.
Yeah, maybe he came
Like,
in free
he got
agent.
picked up off of the waiver.
Yeah.
Not the
Could be.
waiver deal, but whatever that nonsense is after post trade deadline.
Yeah. All right. Well, game's not that close, so we won't even say the scores. Question number 3, the answer is not the Bears. Every NFL team has had at least one shutout since 2009, except for one. This team has not had a shutout since the last time they won the Super Bowl. In their Super Bowl winning season, they had 3 shutouts. Name the team.
We will check in, David.
All right. Master Lou has checked in. Roger, good riddance. You have about 20 seconds to talk this out and give me an answer.
We haven't really narrowed in on much. I will say, I thought the question might have implied that this NFL team's won exactly one Super Bowl based on how it's worded, which would be the Saints, Seahawks, or Jets, or Bears, but not the Bears. But I don't know if I'm reading too much into the question. Dave has some other thoughts about teams that have been terrible defensively for a while.
So, like, the Jets, I originally thought that too, but with the 2009 line, but man, I know the Jets have had just way too many good defenses that there's got to be one in there. Same thing with like the Seahawks too.
Well, the Seahawks won the Super Bowl after 2009, so we should be able to rule that out, right?
Yeah, rule them out.
So Saints, if we go by that, the Saints fit, but 3 shutouts for the Saints in 1 year? Did they ever have a defense that good? I don't remember that.
Yeah, they did. That 2009 defense is really dang good, and they've had some decent defenses. And I want to say they probably had one within the last 4 or 5 years, just because they've had some really good defenses as well. That's like it's got to be a terrible team, a team that just like statistically and traditionally has just been so garbage. So the Raiders, the Commanders, just for fun, we'll say the Vikings.
Look at Dave going off on fan bases. I love this.
Well, look, I'm
not
sorry.
saying you're wrong. I agree with you.
The Raiders are terrible. The Commanders are terrible. In terms of organizations, we know that. Yep. The Bears are also terrible too, but they definitely have shutouts.
And it's not the Bears.
Yeah, it's not the Bears. That's why it leads me to think. It leads me to think that it's the Commanders, because if it's the Raiders and they haven't had a shutout since the 70s, that feels ridiculously long. But at least with the Commanders, that's the 90s. I mean, it's not great, but the Packers were basically doing that up until 2024. I mean, they hadn't had a shutout in 25 years.
So that's 20 extra years of no shutout. So you're saying that, so you think that the answer is that egregious?
This is David Lux here. He's going to give us an egregious question with an egregious answer.
I have no idea. So let's go. Let's go with the Commanders.
All right, we'll go with the commies for 100 points.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
We almost got to the. All right, well, let's switch back to our other team, whose name I've already forgotten. Master Lou, what did you guys have?
Well, first of all, the Raiders won the Super Bowl in '83. The Seahawks just shut out the Vikings last week. We listed all the teams that it possibly could have been. We went Colts, Cowboys, Commanders, 49ers, Saints, Dolphins, Jets, Raiders, and Steelers, and kind of settled on the Colts and Saints, both having won Super Bowls close to 2009. And we just weren't sure. We kind of were coin tossing it, but then we thought.
I said the same thing that Sam said, which was 3 shutouts in a season for the Saints. Sounds crazy.
It does, but the Colts won that Super Bowl with defense, and they beat the Bears in that Super Bowl.
It's not the Bears.
So we thought maybe it's the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, one team is receiving points, and it is the team who said the Washington Commanders. Every team has had a shutout in the NFL. Let me just repeat this for emphasis. Every team in the NFL has had at least one shutout since 2009. Washington has not had a shutout since 1991. I mean, that is terrible. I know it's super hard to believe. I had to verify this by going back season by season. I could not believe it. So a couple of quick comments on this. Number one, they were dominant in 1991. They won the Super Bowl in 92 when they beat the Bills. The first 3 home games they had of the season that year. Game 1, the Lions, 45-0. Game 3, Cardinals, 34-0. Game 5, the Eagles, 23-0. They literally had 3 straight home shutouts in 1991 and have not had a shutout since. I actually wrote this question before this season, like over the summer, and I've been waiting to use this question and hoping that Washington didn't somehow pull off a shutout because they would just ruin my whole.
Well, have you seen that team? You had nothing to worry about.
I know nothing to worry about. But
that's the thing too.
Survivor pool.
Think of the Washington Commanders defenses or just teams in general since 2000, and you can feel pretty confident in knowing
they're terrible.
They gave points.
The only shot they would have had was LeVar Arrington, Sean Taylor, like that crew.
100%.
That's the only shot, and that was a couple seasons. Like
this was back in like sort of the early Darryl Green age, that kind of stuff. But yes. Anyway, all right. Well, one team receiving points, the other team not so much. We should just go on. Question 4, the answer is not Georgia. What college football team has been to the championship game 4 times this century, and all 4 were played less than 1.5 hours from their campus?
All right, I think that we are going to go ahead and check in.
All right, for the final time tonight, Roger Good Riddance has checked in. Master Lou, who has no mathematical chance of pulling this out, but still wants to make a respectful showing in their last question. Let's hear you talk this out for 30 seconds.
What's the line? Is never quote the odds.
Never tell me the odds?
Yeah.
Never tell me the odds.
Begin and end with Star Wars quotes.
That's right.
And Spaceballs in between.
All right, Josh, so there's a couple ways to go about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You maybe just know a team that's gone 4 times, which I think we're struggling with. Or we think of the venue. Well, the thing is we have to think of multiple venues because back in the day, it was a different bowl game each year that determined the national champion, right? So
right.
Which state would have 2 of those?
Yeah, Florida and California are the only ones that really make sense.
Well, it's good, right. I mean, the Rose Bowl.
Is Pasadena an hour and a half from where USC is?
No, not an hour and a half. I mean, with traffic, yes, but mileage-wise, no.
So what other venue is out there? The Coliseum where they play, right?
But are there 2 in Florida? Like where was the Orange Bowl? Where's the Gator Bowl?
Well, the Gator Bowl is in Jacksonville. It was. And the Orange Bowl is in Miami, I think.
Right.
But the Orange Bowl isn't the same as what do you call it? Joe Robbie Stadium or whatever it's called right now. Landshark Lugger Stadium of.
But could it have been the Orange Bowl and then,
but
like Joe Robbie or which?
But then, if we're talking about Florida State, Tallahassee's pretty far.
No, Florida.
Florida. So where's Gainesville? Yeah, Gainesville's close, like Orlando-ish, right? Like,
right.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. In the state from Miami. It's a drive. You could probably do that.
Because I can't imagine it's USC and they played in the Rose Bowl 4 times.
Oh, but
That's
also
something we would have heard of.
right. But also, you know what? Tampa, because Tampa could have hosted.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Right.
Tampa would host.
So, but I'm just trying to think, did Florida make it to the national championship 4 times?
I think they've got
this
a couple
era.
with Tebow. I think it's 2, right? Is it 2 with Tebow?
I think it might just be those 2. I don't.
Even so, I don't know if it's 4 because they might have
I
done
think
one.
Miami did either. Yeah. So now we're doing now. I really am Mason, and we're going through everything.
No, I
And-
think so. Florida State. Then,
Okay, the state of
because-
Vermont. Let's see.
Yeah, right.
Let's
Florida
talk
State
about all of the venues within an hour and a half of Columbus, Ohio.
Florida
All
State.
right.
Sam,
kind of
what's the
recently, I
best
think.
college football team in New Hampshire?
Good
The
question.
University of New Hampshire, which is
Oh.
where the guy who coached at Oregon with the high-powered offense that went to Philadelphia,
Chip Kelly. He
Yeah.
started in New
Yeah.
Hampshar.
Chip
I'm,
Kelly.
I'm, I'm
Who
disappointed.
just got fired.
You
again.
discounted
Yeah.
Dartmouth very quickly there, by the way. But
Yeah.
UNH makes the FCS playoffs every year and loses
Right.
in the first round.
That's
I mean,
fair.
I think they lost by 40 in the first round this year.
yeah, there you go.
Josh, I think Florida State makes the most sense. They went with Jameis. They probably went a couple times in the early 2000s, maybe 2000 and 2001.
Yeah, but Tallahassee's all the way up in the Panhandle, Scott. It takes more than an hour and a half to drive from there.
All right,
That
I'm
doesn't
gonna
matter.
need
We're
an
not
answer.
going to win.
I'm gonna need an answer.
It's Florida or Florida State, and I think Florida State has a chance to have gone more times. But
I go back to your other one with USC.
sure. Shout out to Matt Leinart.
Troll Jones, USC.
All right.
USC for 100.
Okay. And Roger, good riddance. What'd you come up with?
And we had a similar path. We thought of the places where they'd be. So Tempe, not going to be there. Pasadena, we thought of USC. That was one of the we thought of. Orange Bowl, Miami, no, we're a little bit out. And then Georgia Dome, it's not Georgia. So, and then the last one is the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans, which is LSU. So we went with LSU, which we're pretty sure has at least 4 title appearances. USC, we didn't think got quite to 4. So
And they
LSU.
won't have any more in the next 20 years. But yes.
Well, one team is receiving points, and you guys named all the major places. Well, I guess you didn't mention Phoenix, but
Yes, I did. I mentioned Phoenix.
no,
You
no, no,
said Tempe.
I know you did. I'm saying that. Sorry, the Master Lou team, when they were talking this out, they were going through all the major bowls, but I never heard mention of the Sugar Bowl. But
Right.
yes,
Yep.
it is. The answer is the Sugar Bowl, or at specifically LSU, who all 4 times they've been in 03, 08, 2012, and 2020. Maybe one of those is off by a year, and it was the bowl year and not the season year, not the bowl year. But anyway, they always, for some reason, when they make the championship, have been lucky enough that it was scheduled for the Superdome. So yeah, and it's barely an hour and a half. It's probably more like an hour. I don't know. Mason's probably yelling at his screen right now, telling me exactly how far it is, because he's probably made that drive many times. So
I know how to get there in an hour 29. What the hell, David?
perfect. Well, our game has come to an end.
We got Sam cooked.
That's right.
A change is about to come, y'all.
That's
It already did.
yes. Right. Hey, look. All I can say is Sam drew back his bow and let his arrow go. The game has come to an end. Here are the final scores.
That's not a horse idiom. What the heck?
Master Lou, CP3 out, finished with 210 points and no wheels left on their wagon. Our clipboard captains of the game tonight, who are receiving the coveted Tony Banks Award with 875 points, was Roger Good Riddance. Let's turn to our celebrity picker for today. Sam, thank you for coming on. Thank you for support of the podcast. What would you like to words of wisdom for us for tonight?
I would just encourage anyone to come on. This was a lot of fun. They really cater to the guests as evidenced by our high score. So I really appreciate it, and it was fun.
Hey, let me shout out Sam, because that's what I was going to do.
Oh,
'Cause
please.
I have to, because he carried me throughout the horse idiom halftime, or the HIH, if you want to call it for short. But because I seriously could not, and he was super key on a lot of these questions. It was super great to team with you, and I look forward to having you back. I mean, I think as we all do, because you're a blast to have on.
Thanks, Dave.
I totally agree, Sam. You bring a lot of cool knowledge, and it's always nice when somebody comes on who has slightly different nuance areas that they can hit, and I think that just makes it fun. So, and of course,
who can say they recorded in a shed? Come on,
that's true. That is certainly true.
Mason, I think.
Right.
I even heard he wants to host, which is also just another.
Is that true, Sam?
Shout out.
Yeah, so I was working with, I think, Ede about a year ago, and then you all sent me an email about hosting, and I missed it. But I have a couple of games written.
Oh, cool. We would love to have you come on and host. We love it when people come on and host. Well, most of us love it, But thank you for coming on. Thank you for the support for the podcast. I think it's probably a good time to get out of here. So on behalf of Sam, all of our patrons, Dave, Scott, Josh, the rest of our Benchwarmer brethren, thank you for listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. And until next time, we'll keep the bench warm.
That ball hit high and deep. Stretch! Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes!
Into deep left center for Mitchell. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
That great music you're listening to is by Justin Nozick. Thanks to him for producing that music for us. You've been listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We are at Benchwarmers TP.